Have you ever wondered if there are places on Earth that, well, just defy explanation? Places where the laws of nature seem to bend, where reality feels just a little bit off? We often think we've got a pretty good handle on our planet. But what if I told you there are spots on this globe that continue to stump even the brightest minds, locations that hold secrets we're still struggling to comprehend? These aren't just myths or legends whispered around a campfire. They're real, tangible places you could, in theory, actually visit. Today we're embarking on a journey to the very edge of understanding. We're going to explore 5 of nature's most profound mysteries. Our first stop is a place that needs little introduction, a name that has become pretty much synonymous with mystery and loss: the Bermuda Triangle, stretching between Bermuda, Florida, and Puerto Rico. For decades, it's been the epicenter of some of the most baffling disappearances in modern history. Ships and planes, often manned by experienced crews, have vanished without a trace, leaving behind nothing but silence and a sea of unanswered questions. Take the case of Flight 19, 5 U.S. Navy torpedo bombers that disappeared during a routine training mission in 1945. The flight leader was heard on the radio, his voice filled with confusion, reporting that his compasses were malfunctioning. "Everything is wrong, strange, the ocean doesn't look as it should," he said. Then, silence. From the depths of the ocean, our journey now takes us to the scorched earth of the Karakum Desert in Turkmenistan. Here we find a spectacle that looks like it was ripped straight from a biblical prophecy, or honestly, a fantasy epic. It's called the Darvaza gas crater, but it's better known by its more terrifying nickname, the Door to Hell. Imagine a crater over 230 feet wide and 65 feet deep, perpetually ablaze with a fire that has not been extinguished for over half a century. The story begins in 1971, when Soviet geologists, believing they'd found oil, accidentally tapped a massive underground gas cavern. The ground collapsed, and the crater began spewing poisonous methane gas into the atmosphere. In what they thought was a clever solution, they lit the crater, expecting the gas to burn off in weeks. Those weeks stretched into decades. The fire they started has never gone out. Today the crater is a bizarre tourist attraction, a glowing beacon miles away. Scientists even find heat-loving microbes thriving, evidence that life can adapt where we least expect it. Our next mystery takes us to the most remote and inhospitable continent on Earth, Antarctica, the McMurdo Dry Valleys, one of the driest, coldest places on Earth. But there, a shocking splash of color appears. Blood falls, a 5-story tall waterfall pouring brine so rich in iron oxide it stains the ice crimson. For years explorers blamed algae, but sample analysis revealed something far more fascinating. The source, a subglacial lake sealed beneath a quarter-mile of ice, isolated for over 1 million years. The water is 3 times saltier than seawater and loaded with iron leached from bedrock. When the brine reaches the air, the iron oxidizes. It rusts, producing the gruesome but natural blood falls. Inside that dark brine, microbes survive without sunlight. Chemosynthesis instead of photosynthesis. Blood falls is more than a curiosity, it's a window into life beyond Earth, conditions that mirror Mars and Europa. Leaving the extremes of Antarctica, we travel to a quiet pine forest near Gryfino in western Poland. At first glance it might seem like any other woodland, but as you venture deeper, you encounter something truly bizarre: the Crooked Forest. About 400 pines, all bent in a uniform, unnatural way. Each tree, just above its base, makes a sharp 90-degree bend, growing horizontally before curving back up. The effect is mesmerizing, a whole forest of question marks, all curved toward the north. And the grove sits surrounded by perfectly normal pines. Why only this patch? Theories range from unique gravitational pull or heavy snow to human intervention. Local carpenters manipulating saplings to grow curved timber. But World War II and lost records mean the technique, if it existed, may have vanished with the people who knew it. All that remains are the silent, twisted trees, a living puzzle for future generations. For our final mystery, we ascend to the clouds to a place so otherworldly it inspired one of the most famous adventure stories of all time. We are at the tri-border of Venezuela, Brazil, and Guyana, at Mount Roraima. Roraima is a tepui, a tabletop mountain with sheer 1,300-foot cliffs on all sides. Its summit, often shrouded in clouds, it appears like a floating island in the sky. One of the oldest geological formations, dating back 2 billion years. Its rocks are ancient beyond imagination. Those cliffs isolated the summit, making it a biological island. Around a third of the plant life is endemic, including carnivorous pitcher plants adapted to nutrient-poor soils, and the ancient Roraima black frog, so primitive it crawls instead of hopping. This isolated plateau inspired Arthur Conan Doyle's 1912 novel, The Lost World, a real place that feels like fiction, a living laboratory of evolution, a world within a world. And there you have it, 5 of the most mind-bending mysteries our planet has to offer. From the unsettling silence of the Bermuda Triangle, to the floating lost world of Mount Roraima, the eternal fire, the bleeding glacier and the crooked trees. They remind us that, even in our high-tech age, corners of the Earth remain wild and unexplained. What other secrets are trapped under ice? What life evolves in isolation? What historical mysteries await? Which of these amazed you the most? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed diving into the unexplained, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. We have many more mysteries to uncover together.